Ciao.
Tell those. Okay. No. Okay. All right. Oh man, I'm glad I saw that.
Before we get into we're not getting into the episode yet, are we?
No.
Okay.
I just hit record just in case.
I'm gonna get the 9/11 stuff out of the way.
So there's more 9/11 stuff. We're revisiting
No,
9/11.
because we're talking about the Cars universe. My friend Vincent has a tweet. Like, you think 9/11 happened in the Cars universe?
Wait. I can buy into that.
Yeah, like you get like Dane Cook getting ready to crash into the towers.
Oh shit.
Right? Was
It's
he
just
the
like,
voice of the plane?
And he goes,
They have a confirmed World War II.
What?
World War II happened? Well, hold on.
Well, because they have Volkswagen Beetles.
Okay, but if World War II happened,
Well, that means they were not.
That means the
What
Holocaust
happened? They gassed cars.
They gassed the what though? What would be the Jew equivalent in the Cars
I don't know.
universe?
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Target Audience Podcast. It's me, Ben, again, joined with co-host TJ,
Hey everyone.
and also our special guest Pierce.
Hi, it's me.
We've got to start off with some announcements. Special guest Pierce is no longer special guest Pierce.
I was gonna do a drum roll.
Oh.
Nah, it's fine. You don't need it. It's not.
I can, here, you just want to do it now? There we go. Now I'll just do movie magic.
It's probably gonna
There
like
you go.
destroy people's ears.
That should be fine.
Like, okay.
Nah.
I'll cut
No,
it
it
and
sounds.
then I'll
It actually
reduce
sounds
it.
nice when you tap with
Yeah.
the.
Oh,
It'll be
sweet.
fine.
Okay.
But yeah, so Pierce, we asked him because it was really fun last time if he wanted to join us permanently, and
I said yes.
He said
I
yes.
have the ring is amazing.
Oh, now everyone's gonna think we have rings.
Yeah,
They're in quarter
come to a
rings.
guest. Just you apply to be a guest. It's really easy. They take everyone. Free rings.
and then you
Free
get the ring,
rings.
and then you have to, when we decide when we want to record, you have to decode the message to get the coordinates for where to meet up.
to get the coordinates for what movie theater we were meeting.
That
up
could
at.
be a
Yes.
tier. That could be a tier on our Patreon that we don't have.
We're not gonna make
No, we
rings.
won't.
TJ. That is a lot of production. that I don't have the ability
No, dude,
to
I'm
do.
talking like 25-cent plastic rings. They're
Okay,
cheap.
we'll
It's-
bulk
yeah.
buy like
yeah.
Batman bought his masks.
like custom ones.
We'll make like 900 of them, so we'll throw people off the trail.
Yeah,
Just,
it'll just be a ring with like
Buy more over.
we don't even have like a full logo.
Just
Just
have
a
it say
stock
buy
in
more
it.
over.
It's a ring that's like a little movie chair.
There we go.
like the ones that come on cupcakes.
Yeah, that's exactly what we'll do.
Actually, it is exactly a cupcake ring, just like with something we put over it.
And it still
And we
has the
put-
stains
yeah,
from the
we put-
frosting.
we put a little icing on it.
We just go to Publix and just grab them. We just start taking it like, hey, can I just buy 12 cupcakes? And then there we go. 12
And,
Patreon
dude,
supporters.
that's another tier. We have the ring, and then we also have ring with cupcake still intact.
Yes, we'll mail you a cupcake.
A Publix cupcake. For
If you're in our $50 or more tier, you get mailed one special cupcake.
yeah, all those people up north who can't experience.
And by
the
special
Publix
cupcake, yeah.
cupcakes.
There we go. That is a weird regional thing. People might not know who Publix is.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like people in like Georgia know. I think they're
Yeah.
like just like kind of the southeast.
And the fact that we pulled in, like, on average, we've got 40 dedicated listeners.
Did you say?
Or so.
There
Did you say somehow there was
Which
like?
I don't know 40 people who have been listening to this. I know I've told like 7 people, and I think 4 listened to it.
I've
so.
told.
What if we're
like,
a hit
my girlfriend
overseas?
Bailey.
What if we're a hit overseas and like
Japan.
we
We
don't
could
know?
be. What if we're hot in India?
Yeah.
No, yeah, everyone
We
goes
did
hot.
have 1 view on our first video from India. He could have told all his friends.
Actually, at my at the college I was going to, I knew this guy who was Middle Eastern, and he had a YouTube channel, and he was actually kind of big over like in his
Kind of like you had
in
a
his
decent amount.
like he had like 300,000 subscribers.
Really?
Shit.
Wow.
And all he like his whole channel was just like Clash Royale stuff,
Not really.
the little phone game.
Huh.
And he's like, and it's all in his native tongue.
Mhm.
And like
Maybe it's just 'cause it's a
he was
smaller
even
market.
on like some like live stream game show for like them.
Oh no shit.
And he has like he's
Oh,
he's
shit.
because I went to Polytechnic. Everyone there is really nerdy,
Mhm.
and this guy is no exception. But like it's so funny looking at it's like him with his YouTube channel, and then like he has a that's all about Clash Royale, and then his girlfriend just does not look like. It's just like basically like the CS:GO streamers. They're all like super rich, so they have like the really hot girlfriend, but they're just like some nerdy dude with a
He's super successful.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He's just 120% personality, like
Yeah.
us, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Us
Haha.
Female listeners.
10 years
Yeah.
later.
Yeah,
We like to
we'll hit
watch
300,000
movies.
subscribers one day, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll be the next.
Maybe.
Red Letter
Who
Media.
cares?
Yeah.
We're doing it for fun.
Yeah.
We say that every time.
We say that every time because we're
There's only
really
one Red
insecure
Letter
about
We're reassuring
what-
ourselves.
Yeah, we're having fun. Yeah. But no, in all seriousness, I actually did have a great week watching the movies you
Oh
recommended.
no!
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Like,
rewatching
yeah.
the ones I've seen, and
Mhm.
then the new ones were
Holy shit.
holy shit.
All right, hold on. Yeah,
It's
we
like
can't
the-
get too far ahead of ourselves
Yeah.
yet, but we will get into that.
Yeah, so we did talk about.
Oh, well,
or
No,
maybe
new
we
guest,
did or
but
did not.
format.
We
New
did.
guest, we got-
talk about the
we-
format.
Talk about the format.
Just because it's been kind of a crunch to do a weekly episode, just due to like the three people's schedules lining up, plus watching the movies and all that stuff.
Remember the format we explained in every episode that we were going to try to establish
We're
and get in
ditching
your
it.
heads? Fuck that
Gone.
shit. Fuck that shit, dude.
We're gonna be going bi-weekly, and we're gonna be rotating between the three of us. So like last week, Pierce picked a movie that he recommended to us that he really liked, and then he said, "Hey, here's one that I want to watch that I haven't seen yet." And then he picked a new release that he wanted to watch, and that's what we did. And it was really good. It was really enjoyable. It wasn't stressful like it was for us in those first couple weeks.
5 movies.
So we're
The
just gonna
punishments,
rotate,
if
so.
somehow they still happen, I know that it makes it
Yeah.
less likely. If punishments, they'll still be in effect if you don't watch a movie.
Yeah.
For some reason, if you seriously don't watch a movie the way we're doing this now,
It's,
Oh my
it's,
God.
yeah, you get like
you
bad
do get a
punishment.
punishment.
No, it's gonna be
Yeah.
worse than Limp Bizkit and,
Yeah.
and Passion
Yeah,
of the Christ.
We gotta go
Yeah.
like next level. We gotta like be like real evil on some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So last week was Pierce. I'm gonna be taking over this week with some recommendations. And
I thought we were gonna rock paper scissors for it.
oh, were we?
No, it's
Oh,
okay. I
okay.
was just fucking with
I don't
you.
know. Last week you were telling me you were like, Ben, I have no idea what to do. I'm like, oh shit. Well, I guess I'm doing it.
God, now their listeners are gonna know I don't know what to do half the time.
Oh, you know what's a good idea? If someone is consistently like missing a movie or
Mhm.
whatever, like 3 strikes and you're out, and that's when you get like the super punishment.
Oh, I was thinking we were just gonna kick him off the podcast.
Oh. that too.
TJ's like, I'm vetoing it. I'm not watching this movie. It's like, all right, TJ, that's one strike.
That's gonna be
That's
the
a permanent
when I
record.
finally
Ooh,
recommend.
that is
Serbian
another
film.
fucked up thing
No.
too.
TJ's gonna be
fucked
like,
up.
nope, I'll take the
Yeah.
punishment.
Now that we got 3 people, that means that
homies.
like, oh my god, there's
There's
like
a
a
lot-
majority vote now.
Oh,
God.
yeah. Oh,
Two
so
people can
scary.
choose. If there's one movie that's bad enough, 2 people can veto it.
Just like, okay, it's Serbian film. I'm opting out. He's like, well, your punishment is
Yeah.
the Serbian film still.
Because if whoever calls the veto, if it doesn't pass, they have to like get a punishment. That's
Oh,
what
there you
do
go.
it.
You gotta,
So
you gotta be
TJ
really confident in your veto.
So if I go like, let's watch Serbian film this week, and TJ goes, I'm vetoing it, and then Pierce goes, I'll watch Serbian film. TJ gets a punishment for trying to bitch out at it.
You can't do that at least for like a couple probation
Okay.
weeks.
we'll get into the fancy stuff.
I swear to God, if Ben drops Serbian film as his fucking movie for next week, I'm vetoing it.
No, you know, I'll help you out just for.
Great.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I know.
But we'll get to there later in the podcast. Let's just jump right into it. Pierce, why don't you just give us a rundown of what movies you would talk about last week?
Yeah. All right. So the new release that we watched was "Sorry to Bother You," directed by Boots Riley, starring Lakeith Stanfield.
Yep.
The one that I really like, that I recommended to them too, was "Good Time," directed by the Safdie brothers, starring Robert Pattinson. And then the one that I haven't seen that I recommended for all of us to watch was "The Holy Mountain," starring I have no idea.
And
directed by
Alex Trobadowski.
yeah, I know it ends
it.
in Owski. It's
Probably look that up.
We can.
It's like
it's like
Trobadowski.
Trudowski.
I know the name. If
Holy
I see
Mountain
it, I just have
director.
trouble pronouncing it.
Oh God. Can't type for
And
shit.
that
So
movie's
much
also
pressure.
that movie. That guy didn't also just like direct
Yeah,
it. He like wrote it.
Jodorowsky.
He was in it. That
Yeah.
was like that dude's fucking
Alejandro.
love project.
Chilean French filmmaker. Interesting.
Yeah,
He was a novelist too, a
A
playwright.
playwright.
he's
I
a
wanna see
really
a play
he's
by
a
him.
really
true, like,
he's got other
Renaissance
movies too, man. He's a really interesting dude.
Yeah, man. Holy Mountain, I can't wait to get into. What was our third movie?
That was
it.
Oh, we talked about Good Time?
You did.
Shit, we did.
You mentioned- yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know where
I
my
just-
mind was. All right, cool. So, let's work them through in the order that talked about last podcast. So I think Good Time was the first one that was up, correct?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well.
Should we give a brief summary? Or?
Yeah, we can give a brief summary of it.
Ooh, hey, another cool
out,
thing
yeah.
about Good Time.
Yeah.
Guess what studio distributed it?
Who?
A24, the one that I always.
No shit.
They
I know it
always-
sounds like I'm sucking their
A24.
dick, dude, but like they put out really good
No,
shit.
they're constant. They're
Finally,
very-
I'm glad that you agree
No,
with A24.
I was just talking to someone about A24, and they're like, I don't know what
Yeah.
that
When
is.
you point it out, I go like, "Oh shit, it's
Yeah.
those people."
Exactly.
I don't
Green
pay
Room,
attention to these
Hereditary.
things.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
I mean,
Yeah.
it made up for
A24.
Hereditary with Good Time.
Yeah. Hereditary was pretty solid.
It was.
It was
Um,
lacking in some ways, but it was solid.
I agree.
Alright, so to give a review of Good Time, after a botched bank robbery lands his younger brother in prison, Connie Nikas, was it Nikas?
Yeah, Nikas.
Embarks on a twisted odyssey through the city's underworld in an increasingly desperate and dangerous attempt to get his brother Nick out of jail. Nick Nikas. His parents did not love him with that name. Yeah, man.
That was a hell of a movie, man.
That was a
It
hell of a
was-
movie.
It's a
It takes you on a
stressful
trip, and I
movie.
know what you mean when you said there were stressful moments for you in that movie. That movie is a constant rendering, especially in the beginning, like the way there's
Oh,
like
yeah.
long cuts, everything, just very sense of panic and
Yeah.
anxiety.
Yeah,
It's
and-
very frantic right from the start. It doesn't waste any time. It just hits you.
Yeah, and it's all the shots are very close up, so it just feels very
Mhm.
claustrophobic.
It is. And it's very intimate.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's a good
And
good
just
word
like
for it.
as the movie goes on, the main guy Connie gets just progressively
Mhm.
just worse and worse, and just he starts doing something. You're just like, no, please.
It's
don't
literally
do
a
that.
movie about
And he does it.
yeah. It's literally a movie about shitty people doing shitty things to
Yeah.
like somewhat good people, but then they're also kind of shitty too.
Because we kind of recoiled last week when Pierce was like, he's just a shitty New Yorker.
Yeah, no,
and
I
we were like,
100% get it.
But it's like, no,
No,
it
he's
makes
like
that's the
literally a
perfect.
shitty New
he's
Yorker.
the shitty New
By the
York
end of the
archetype.
movie, you wonder like, does anybody even have like good intentions at
No.
this point? Like most of the characters.
He's just so pushy. He's so.
But it's all
he's
in-
so arrogant.
But it's
Yeah.
all in the name of like family, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of.
In a way, he's
yeah.
doing it. He's so
But, like-
selfish and everything, but he's doing it to like get his brother out.
He's,
of
he's,
trouble.
Yeah.
he's doing to get his brother out of trouble, which his brother shouldn't have been in.
If it wasn't for him.
Because he exploited him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if he was
because
not
he
worried
was-
about his brother, he wouldn't have used him in the first
But no,
place.
seriously, that
Yeah.
opening scene, I love how, I don't know if you mentioned it in the last, but the way the title credits don't roll till like almost like, what, like
Yeah.
15 minutes in? That movie just gets down to it. You
Yeah,
know?
it's and I love the lines how they just like
Mhm.
go. "Wah."
But it goes-
reminds me of like old
Mhm.
like logos of like I can't even think, but there's just similar like style.
I love the opening shot, how it just throws you in though. Like he's talking to the therapist, and it just paints that already like emotional
It
instability.
tells you what you need to know.
Yeah, it tells you what
Oh.
you need to know like right off when he's
Yeah.
telling the story, and you know something bad happened like between him and the grandma and everything.
Yeah.
And then when the brother kicks in and goes, "The fuck are you doing, therapist? Talking to my
Yeah.
brother like
'Cause
that."
it's not exposition.
No, it's
It's
just
no,
it's just
it
It literally
happening.
throws you in, and
It's a lot of
instantly though.
implied background.
But to me, I was instantly hooked by it because it wasn't like oversold or undersold. It was like
Yeah.
something like there's obviously like something going on there. Like,
Yeah.
it really establishes it quick,
And,
and then it cuts to the robbery scene like right off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't
those-
explain the
those-
heist and
Those
all that
fucking
stuff.
masks they wear.
They looked very realistic.
They
Yeah.
were very unsettling.
Yeah.
Because it's just like it's like the uncanny valley. It's like so close to looking like a human, but not quite.
Mhm.
You know, if you can find a picture of that, you might have to
Yeah, I
post
can
that up there
I
because
can
it
just
is
screenshot.
There's
it
this.
is some
Yeah.
really
There's-
creepy shit.
This rapper or whatever that has he's not like famous. He's like just like a like YouTube SoundCloud. And his thing is that he wears a rubber mask, and it's one of those masks
Yeah.
from Good Time.
Huh.
I mean, I don't think it's from like the prop, but it's like the same.
Yeah,
one.
same kind of thing. Something I want to get into before
Mhm.
we get like too far off of it is with Connie.
Mm-hmm.
He's a piece of shit, but it doesn't feel like he has to do progressively worse things to get by. They just seem like natural reactions.
Yeah,
to it.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Like it's not like it's like, oh fuck, I guess I'm gonna have to do this, and he's conflicted. It's just like, no,
He
that's
just
just
does
what
it.
that's just what he does.
He's
Look
just,
at it like
he
when,
has criminal instinct. Is
when
what
his
he
Yeah.
brother when his brother gets caught and everything after the robbery gets botched and
Yeah.
stuff like that. When he gets caught, what's his first go-to instinct is like, okay, how much money do I need to like get him out? As soon as he has to figure that out, what's he do? He goes to his friend, and
his
he's just
friend
like,
or his girlfriend
Yeah,
or
yeah, his
whatever
friend, girlfriend
kind of loose
thing.
character.
But whatever it is, he just is so nonchalant about it. Like, oh hey,
10,000.
yeah, remember I said I was gonna take you to a trip? You got those credit cards, right? Your mom's
Yeah.
credit card kind of thing. You can get my brother out of jail, right? And then he's just
Yeah.
like, come on, man, no big
No,
deal.
and then
And
like
he's a charismatic scumbag.
Yes.
Like,
He is.
everybody just kind
Yeah.
of implicitly wants
You're
to
like,
like him.
something about it's like, I hate you, but here's my wallet. What are you doing later?
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, also like with he's very manipulative. So like, cause you know what happens. You know the
Mhm.
brother is in a bank robbery or whatever. But then when he's talking, he's like, you know how he's part of that program. One of the therapists was abusing him, and he lashed out and really hurt the guy, so they threw him in jail.
Yeah.
Like just blatantly
Mhm.
lying.
And yeah,
It
and
just
and
rolls
it's
off the tongue for
so
him.
casually creates this narrative.
I think
Whenever-
that's what was cool about the movie too, just the tone of it and everything too. The chain of events that happen are very bizarre.
Yeah, yeah.
Of like as to how it unfolds, but it unfolds in such a natural way where in your head you
It
almost
could
want
happen in real
in
life.
your head you
Coincidences.
in your head there's a few things where you almost want to call bullshit, but it's just realistic enough where it's like, you know what,
It doesn't feel contrived.
in a sense
Yeah,
it can
It
happen.
feels coincidental.
And then
Yeah.
like, but then like with his line, there's also when they go in the bathroom of like the fucking Pizza
The
Hut or
Domino's,
whatever, and he's like, "What do you guys do?" He's like, "A paint can hit him." And they're all pink.
hit him
so
in the
he's
head. He's
like, Paint can. He's
confused.
mentally challenged, and then a paint can hit him. Just give me 2 seconds.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
like he's just so quick on his feet. It's like you can tell he's just
Mhm.
really part of that. Like
and he stashes the money where nobody would ever think to ever look.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. He's just he's like an animal, but like
Yeah, he's
like,
resourceful.
but in New York, in the
Oh, yeah.
in the
Yeah.
concrete jungle
I
as
know
they call
you
it.
dig
Yeah.
deeper into it too as the movie goes on. He does some shit.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. Are we gonna get into spoilers?
We
or
can.
Yeah.
Do you like the skip ahead thing?
Now's the time to, if you want to tune out for a minute or two, I'll throw up a time code
Yeah.
to jump to.
But like when he kisses the girl.
I texted
Dude,
TJ in that scene. I'm
Literally
like,
texted me. I thought the same exact thing too.
Because I'm
just
like-
like it's just like one of those things.
Because
it's
she's like what 16
Yeah.
in the movie. She
Yeah.
said,
and she's
Yeah.
like.
And it's like-
it's so uncomfortable.
like even if it was
You know he's
legal,
not doing
it's
it-
still
Yeah.
scummy.
It's one of
just-
the, yeah,
so
it makes
it's
you feel
such a
gross.
scummy, dirty move. By the
Yeah.
way, speaking of that particular scene when he's like with that girl
Yeah.
watching TV, they're watching Cops, and I
Yeah.
I watch a lot of Cops. I need to find that fucking episode because at the end of the credits it said "Thank you, courtesy of Cops." So that means that episode
that shit was
exists.
real.
I know. I'm doing the hand thing. I use my hands when I talk a
I know,
lot.
but you're like full extension
Yeah.
of the arm.
I know. It made me
To
excited.
point.
We're
No, no,
talking
no.
about Cops.
That's great.
Getting all sweaty.
Getting all
I do.
sweaty. Why are you all sweaty?
I seriously,
Watching
I don't know.
Cops.
I'll watch Cops like all fucking day. It's my favorite trash
And
show.
in the
And,
credits
like,
they do.
Live PD.
Yeah,
is
but that
great.
episode
That's
in
why
the
my
movie,
fucking parents are watching right now.
yeah, dude, that shit's intense.
Yeah.
Live PD, it's always in Florida. They're always in Pasco
Yep.
County.
Pasco.
My dream is to open up the door and I'm gonna realize I could wave and be like, "Hey, I'm in the background on Live PD."
Live PD!
I'm gonna call you, fucking Ben and Pierce. Just yo, check this shit out.
Put me on speaker. Put me on speaker. Hey, can you
You're
guys
like,
hear
Ben,
me on
Ben, drive
Live
over
PD?"
here real fast, quick.
I don't
Bring
want
the sign.
I don't want to be a star on Live PD, but I wouldn't mind like just a little
Be
like
the
in the
background
background.
character.
I've seen people I know on Cops.
No, but seriously,
Not
that-
like I know well, but just like someone
Like,
who's like a
hey.
family member of an acquaintance. And my mom's like, "Hey, you remember this person? Here's her sister. She's on Cops with her
shit.
husband." And I was just like watching. I was like, I went to like a birthday party and they were there.
No, but back to the episode that they were watching
With a
though.
little old,
Oh,
like,
it's
It's
crazy
like
lady
this
gets
old
stabbed.
lady rams a police car
With a
and then
knife in
she
her
she
hand.
comes out with a knife wearing like nothing but like a gown, starts yelling at the cop, trips and falls, and there's just like the knife inside her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I think is where it gets fictionalized.
That's
No,
what I'm wondering.
They don't. She doesn't just trip and fall. They like tackle her.
Yeah.
or
Tackle her
whatever.
and she falls off the
she's,
knife.
she's
Big
waving,
ass knife,
She's
though.
waving the
Yeah.
knife
Yeah.
around and they tackle her.
But yeah, it's fucking just. And he keeps a couple times throughout the movie. He makes like a comment about how in a past life he must have been a dog because people just love him.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
I forgot
he
he
does.
And
does.
they do that a couple times, and it's like dogs are also they're smart. They
Quick on their feet.
and to a degree loyal, and like he does meet technically the criteria of like a junkyard dog.
Yeah.
Almost.
No, that's really.
And in a sense too, he always finds justification for his actions.
Yeah,
And
like
then-
he's able to like jump through the mental gymnastics of saying like, hey, this is where.
Yeah, he's just so good at manipulating. There's the scene where his brother's on the phone talking to like his grandma. He's like, "No, I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Connie says we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna do whatever I want." So like Connie's obviously
Mhm.
filling his head with like, "Yeah, no, once if you help me with this bank
He's
robbery,
talking
we're gonna
about
have the
it.
perfect life."
I like the movie's twisted, like kind of like subtle sense of humor.
Oh
But
yeah.
there's a lot of humor in there, like
Because
if
they
you know
did
where
in
to look.
the on the poster, they mentioned that it's got a sense of humor to it. And
It's
I
by
was
no
kinda
means
like,
a
I don't
full-on
know.
comedy movie, but I guess because of the events that happen are so weird, it is kind of pulpy and weird.
Yeah.
In a sense of it, it makes you smirk at certain points. Like for me, one of the funniest scenes is when you find out when the guy you busted out of the hospital that's like has his face wrapped. When you realize like that's not his fucking brother.
Yeah.
He like did all this shit and realized
because when he woke up, it took me like I was on the same page as the characters when the guy wakes up in the bed of the Haitian woman's house.
Yeah.
And you hear him yelling. I'm like. Did the director forget that he's supposed to be deaf? And I thought it was just like an acting hiccup or something. And then everybody kind of like was like, "Oh fuck, that's not his brother."
Yeah.
At like the same
and then you
time.
find out that's just some other guy who's a criminal who's handcuffed to the bed, just not your brother.
And then like
see stuff like that is like that's like you can't help but smirk at that that situation alone.
That scene where he's getting his brother out of or what he thinks is his brother out of the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
That was just like so stressful to watch. I was like, dude,
what a
there's
shitty
no way
hospital security.
I don't know. It wasn't like it was max security.
No,
it's not hard to get around a hospital.
I didn't watch it.
Never been like can realize.
I didn't watch.
Navigate.
Yeah, I didn't watch this scene and go, wow, there's no.
No, and once again, I agree.
It was late at night. And he was just like, hey, where's the bathroom? And
once again,
just down the hall.
It's like
a perfect cover.
It was one of those where you almost wanted to call bullshit, but you really couldn't because you're like, it's still plausible enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's still like realistically enough. Same thing with the actions of that little young girl that he kind of got in her head and manipulated. Like when she was like, "Oh, you got the keys to that car," and he ends up like getting her to take the grandma's car out and everything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like she does some stupid moves that like obviously you're not supposed to do, but it's realistic stuff because
16-year-old
it makes
wants
sense.
some like adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because her life is boring. She doesn't. It's not what she wants it to be. It's like a little bit of like escapism. She's going with the bad boy.
Yeah, so it's like one of those. It's one of those like it's different when you're watching it from that perspective, and you're like, oh, that's almost stupid, but it's not because you've known people like that.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Oh yeah, and then the guy I love the guy that he gets out of the hospital that he thinks is his brother.
Oh, that character is a whole thing in himself.
He's a really good.
His backstory of him getting out of jail
with the acid, and then
I didn't realize acid came in like Sprite bottles. By the way,
well, I think it's usually put in Sprite bottles.
Yeah.
It's a liquid that they just drop on a sheet.
I didn't realize like
for
the people who were doing it, like the manufacturers. I didn't realize they carried that fucking much of it.
I know.
Because I'm like, that's a lot of acid. Holy shit! Can you imagine if someone accidentally was just not paying attention? They just go over and they just go. Just take a little sip of it and like, that's not Sprite.
What about when they
do I wanted to bring
the security
Sprite.
Guard?
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to buy some Sprite and give it to you guys before we started recording the podcast.
You wanted to get us some Sprite before the podcast?
Exactly.
Air quotes.
You just made air quotes on a podcast.
I know. I had to say it afterwards.
After getting on to me about my hands.
Hey, my hands are in my space.
But
as I do air quotes again.
But the scene where they beat up the security guard and he's all knocked out, and then the guy's like, the guy says,
that was the Captain Phillips guy, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Look at me now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. But when he says he's not remembering shit now, I fucking immediately knew what was gonna happen. I was just like, God, no. And then he opens the guy's mouth and force feeds him like so much liquid LSD.
I thought they
take him out of the situation.
I thought they were gonna legit kill him with it.
Yeah, no, I thought that's what was gonna happen.
Still not confirmed. He might
can't kill people, can it?
Totally can. You can overdose
if you
on
drink
anything,
half a Sprite bottle worth of it.
If that gets in your bloodstream,
I don't know.
I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, I don't.
A whole bottle of it, and that wasn't even like cut with anything. That was like the pure shit.
Yeah, they were just.
You're supposed to take just a dropper of that
on a paper. Yeah. But like they pour it down.
They're possible but rare. But I think this would fall in the rare category.
Rare. It's like a whole bottle.
Yeah, I don't think people are drinking half bottles on an everyday basis.
No.
But that scene, I paused the movie there, and I was just because I was thinking about like the real life repercussions of that like actually happening to someone, and I was just like, no. Have you ever? There's a really like popular viral video. It's just like this guy smoking a cigarette, talking to the camera about the time he took 30 hits of acid.
No, I've never seen that.
And it's in his story. His story gets pretty crazy, but in his story, he's like he feeds these guys with some pastries after he gets off work. They're like some leftover ones. He's like, oh, here, you guys have some pastries. And then some guy was like, oh, you want a trip? And then he's like, yeah. And then he's like, tilt your head back and open your mouth, and he squirts. Like a dropper
full,
but like a whole dropper full, and he's like, "That's about 30 hits." That was just a dropper full, like just like and he's like, and this guy's like, "Yeah," he's like, "I was peaking for 8 hours," and that guy drinks half a bottle in the movie, and I'm just like, it just made me so uncomfortable, and and then he wakes up speaking a different language, and he's like, his eyes are like, his pupils are so big.
with that much acid, like I know, like if you drink too much, they can pump your stomach and they can like give you a bunch of charcoal to like absorb it and all that stuff, so you can kind of like.
You might just have to ride this
acid.
One out.
Is it one of the ones where you just have to be like, just suck it up and deal with it, buddy?
Yeah. Well, you saw when he did wake up, like when the paramedics had him, like he was already going like ape shit.
Yeah, he's like, I was speaking some other language, and then they're like, oh, there's that drug use, and they put him in the back of the.
But no, it's crazy how the movie, like how A gets to be throughout the whole movie, like how that part happened. By the way, that's a really cool theme park.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, they had a lifelike raptor. They just turned the corner on this raptor, like, is this movie taking a weird turn?
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be great.
But, speaking of weird turns, other two movies.
But how A gets to be though, but they do a good job at mixing the tone because they have that craziness, but then they have some like real moments where it's like just back to like being like almost like grounded in reality kind of thing.
What
like really gritty, I guess.
Yeah, what's really cool though, or what I liked, is that they do criminal stuff, and you're like, that's really stupid. Mm-hmm. Please don't do that character on screen. It's not gonna work out, and then it works out for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like with when he's like feeding the guy the acid, I'm like, that's just gonna cause nothing but trouble. Mm-hmm. This is just painful to watch. And then the cops are like, oh yeah, this is obviously just some drugged out guy
who broke into this theme park.
But it's a reminder, like not all the good guys win all the time,
kind
of thing. Like, there's bad people that do bad things and get away with it. Yeah.
90% of movies have a happy ending.
And what was great is when he's like trying to negotiate like with the guy that he busts out and everything, the partner, when they're when they're trying to have like, he's like, don't you have a heart to heart with me over like who's a better person? And he's like, you think you're fucking better than me? He goes, I know I'm better than you. And the fact that you have two of these shitty people that you've gotten to know. It's like a
-9 and a -10 having an argument.
Yeah, exactly.
Like watching it from like a viewer's standpoint of knowing what both these dudes have done.
Both pieces
and
of
you're
shit.
like, they're arguing. There's some sort of like laughing.
One's a go-getter,
exactly,
and one's a deadbeat. They're both garbage, but one's a highly motivated piece of garbage.
Yeah, exactly. One's really good at being a piece of garbage.
Yeah, he's professional garbage.
Professional garbage.
But it was.
But even the ending too, very beautifully done also, ending, very bleak. It leaves you feeling.
Becomes best friends with the dog.
Oh,
it ties into the recurring theme, dude.
Yeah. Best friends with the dog.
Because the guy's apartment they go to, they have the dog.
Oh,
and he's just like hanging out with the dog. And he sticks the dog on the guy.
Yeah, I remember that. I was thinking when he said ending, I was thinking of the scene where
the very
with the I really like that song,
the final song?
The final song.
Yeah, that's Iggy Pop doing it. Yeah.
The music video is very strange.
I haven't seen the music video.
Iggy Pop looks almost like a PlayStation 2 character or something. It's fucking.
Wow. Well,
I don't know if it's like makeup.
Is that an older song that they got for the movie?
No, it's like they have it's for
the original soundtrack. Oh wow, I was gonna say it did fit like with the lyrics and everything happening. It did fit perfectly.
But like in the music video for it, it's like it says for movie official Good Time soundtrack Vivo. I don't know, like he looks strange somewhere. Like I don't know if it's makeup or if they CG'd something, or he looks like a PlayStation 2 character. It's weird.
It's just Iggy Pop in general. But yeah, no, that's
like a
good conversation promote.
There's something about that like bittersweet ending though. Like it ended the best way it could.
Yeah.
It's not even necessarily a happy ending, but it's the best outcome.
Yeah, that one.
It's the best outcome imaginable in that situation.
Oh shit, he does look like a PS2 character.
He looks
straight up.
Like, have you played that game Soul Reaver 2?
Yeah, like he's like a cane.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like CG'd in or something.
Yeah, that's gotta be.
That's so weird.
It's a PlayStation 2.
And it's just him, Dan?
In like scenes of the movie. Oh, it's not even scenes of the movie.
No, this is like
extra shots of Robert Pattinson.
This could be a prequel.
Being a piece of shit.
Well, I guess it would have to be a prequel.
Now I need to watch like the actual full video. I just saw the Iggy Pop thing, and I was like, this is kind of.
Iggy Pop is just the devil on Robert Pattinson's shoulder.
there you go.
How bizarre. You know what?
I love that movie. It's one
very
of my
good movie. I'm glad you recommended it.
Yeah,
I know
I've seen it so many times.
You've been trying to get me to watch it for like ever.
Yeah, every time I come out, I'm like, have you seen it yet?
I'm glad you finally got me to watch it.
It was a fucking winner, man.
The soundtrack's great. The cinematography,
dude. Right after Ben watched
the acting.
Right after Ben watched it, he literally sent me a text. Was like, you know what, man? That was a good fucking shit. Like, good recommendation. Pierce has good taste.
Well, I appreciate that, Ben.
Yeah. It really was.
No joke. He legit texted that to me. It was like, Pierce got it down. Like that was some good shit. And that was before we watched. That was before we watched Holy Mountain.
Oh man,
which Holy Mountain?
Is that next? Is that one next?
That's gonna be the next one to talk about. I'm just gonna make a note here real fast. I just had the idea whenever we talk about something, because like last episode I cut in pictures, still images of like weird things that we talked about that are relevant. I'm still gonna do that, but also on the YouTube channel, I'm making a playlist of every like YouTube video that we reference. That way, if somebody's like, "What fucking music video are they talking about?" They can just be like, "Hey, let's just check that playlist out," and it'll be there.
Check out that playlist.
Check out that playlist.
If you're, we gotta do that. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
That way, it just keeps it organized a little bit.
And if it's not on YouTube,
then I'll steal it, upload it to a dummy account,
or just link in the description.
Or link in the description, which is the more practical approach that doesn't infringe on any copyright.
But do you want to get into
Holy Mountain?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh wait. Actually, before we get into Holy Mountain, I just want to say Benny Safdie, the guy who played the brother, was so convincing as an actually deaf, mentally challenged person.
He hits it.
Perfect for a good
he's
time.
one of the directors, and he just that I think that needed to be said at least because he was. I really liked. I wish they used him more almost, but he was like the scenes he's in. He's just.
Also, I didn't realize that ink bombs go off like that.
Oh,
that is a powerful fucking ink blast.
To take it way back, that movie does it really well because when she handed him the bag, I'm like, "There's got to be an ink bomb in there," and then the scene goes
during the
so much longer. Yeah. Like it's such a long delay before it goes off.
You don't think about it because
I'm like, oh, well, I guess there wasn't one, kind of.
And then all of a sudden,
and then it goes off while they're in the cab. It's just like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
They waited like a good time for that one. Like it worked.
And then the I feel like their getaway driver was like an Uber driver.
I think it was.
I don't think it was like a friend of theirs.
I think it was like they called the taxi and like, hey, can you pull around front? Kind of thing.
But it was like a regular car though. I think it was an Uber. I'm saying
it probably was an Uber.
And then the guy crashes his car into a bunch of parked cars. Oh man.
Yeah, because he gets the gas goes
off.
That
makes you think twice about ever like wanting to be an Uber driver. Like for sure. Could you imagine someone gets in your car and it's like a fucking heist?
Getaway?
Yeah.
Oh my god. You roll down the window. Are you Brad?
Yeah. But man, not Holy Mountain.
It's crazy.
Shit, I'm already like my mind's already in the next one. Good Time, starring Robert Pattinson. That was a killer movie.
Yeah, best. No. It's in my all-time favorites. It's honestly, it's almost tied up there with Big Lebowski for all time.
Really?
I really love movies about crime. I really love movies about pieces of shit. Because I know people who are pieces of shit. I know people who act like Connie Nikas. I know people who are like Buddy Duress, the one with the acid guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very whenever it's like I love stuff that's like
that
really out there and then also really realistic.
Yeah, and that movie,
not at the same time, but like separate.
I think it was Ben that you said it's kind of an intimately shot thing too. It's literally like going on a joyride with these two scumbags for the night.
Yeah. It'll be like once they get together, it all becomes like a buddy movie, but just like a very realistic, gritty.
It's like you hanging out with them in the back, like fly on the wall the whole time.
August 5th.
Yeah, I'm getting.
Yeah.
This is.
We're going.
I'm doing a little bit of prep.
Oh yeah, no, I think we should go. That'd be fun.
Well, I was gonna go regardless, but I would love it if you two joined me.
Yeah, all three of us should go.
Hell, I think even my dad wants to go.
Hell yeah!
So we're taking party. Yeah, we'll just make a quick aside here real fast. I was looking at the Big Lebowski anniversary just because like I want to go see it, but it kind of like is a bonus thing because I know I've only seen it the one time.
I've seen it so many.
I've seen it so many times.
And you both have you have that love, so I want to go and see it in theaters because I know this is one of the things where it's like it's got such a passionate fan base.
I've never seen it in a theater.
It literally has a religion called Dudism.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, Dudist priest. I'm an ordained Dudist priest. You can do it online.
Really?
Takes a few minutes.
Take certification. But yeah, this was just one that I wanted to pull up because it's like, well, I don't want to use this as my movie for the week.
Right.
But. Because it's not a new release.
But it is worth making mention that Big Lebowski is doing an anniversary showing event. I think it's August 5th and August 8th.
August 5th and 8th. So it's a Sunday and a Wednesday showing, which I mean, I'm fine with either.
Maybe one of those.
Plan it out. We got to buy tickets in advance for that one.
Yeah.
Because we spur of the moment the other day, we watched Sandlot. We just went and saw that for the anniversary just because it was like, I was just bored on Fandango and I was just like,
Sandlot.
Oh, Sandlot. Cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Hit up TJ. I'm like, got anything going on tonight?
Did you ever see Sandlot 2?
Yeah, it's not great.
Did you know that like the same dude wrote it?
Really?
Isn't it David Mickey Evans or whatever? Yeah. I didn't realize that. I was reading a little bit about Sandlot 2.
Sandlot 2 came out like a good length of time.
It sounds so fucking stupid, like a dumb rehash of the first one.
No, that's what it is. It's the same movie.
Except they eliminate baseball too. It's about like trying to get like a rocket ship.
No, I think you're thinking of Sandlot 3.
No, Sandlot 2. There's no 3. Get the
There
fuck
is
out
a
of here.
3.
I was on the wiki page the other day reading because I didn't care to see Sandlot 2, so I just spoiled it for me and I read.
There's the Sandlot
a bunch of
Heading
shit.
Home, which
Sandlot 3. I watched
What?
that.
Yeah.
I watched that one in
Wait, what the fuck? Successful, arrogant baseball superstar Tommy Santa Santorelli travels back in time to 1976 and relives his boyhood days? Wait, I hope it's like he's reliving the events, not like he actually travels back in time. Because if that is the case, that is the fucking best turn for that franchise to make.
Here,
dude, you
one
wonder
day
whatever-
while stepping up to the plate for another home run hit, Tommy is beamed by a speeding fastball that knocks him unconscious. Awake and discover that he has been mysteriously transported back to the scrappy Sandlot.
So I imagine he's a character from the second one.
No, who was
Right?
Oh no.
No, because the second one's like the younger brother of Smalls
Yeah.
gets involved and it's his friends.
Yeah, but
It's the
but
same
Tommy
movie.
Santana travels back in time. So does he travel back and meet up with the Sandlot 2 crew?
Dude, what about the
Which,
one guy
yeah.
at the end of the first Sandlot? They're like, nobody knows what happened to him. What
He got
if
really into the 60s.
Yeah, really into the
and
60s.
built a time machine?
He built a time machine
Yeah, really into
that's
the-
activated by hitting people in the head with baseballs. What if at the end of this one
But I
turns
love-
out it was his life flashing before his eyes and he just died of like an aneurysm?
I love how just casually in a kid's movie they just reference that, oh yeah, that kid got really into drugs and probably died.
That's
in the
exactly what it
somewhere.
was.
I always think it'd be cool to just
And
do
one
it.
kid goes off to fight in Vietnam. It's like, he fucking killed people is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
like,
he fucking destroyed villages.
We should just make a movie
he
about like
invented
what,
Agent Orange.
we should make a movie where we do this crazy movie about this dude's life, and then like just at the end, kind of hint like he might be the same kid from Sandlot.
This takes place in the 60s.
Throw it in there, and then like
Yeah.
acknowledge that he did have a a good camaraderie with
Yeah,
his
he played
neighborhood,
baseball as a kid.
with the neighborhood friends, and
Yeah.
just throw it in there at the end. I don't even think we would get sued.
Sandlot extended universe.
Yes, just
We
make
gotta
it
find
canon.
out where the Sandlot was filmed and have him just like at the
Kinda
very
walk
end.
by
he,
it.
he wanders back into town and the movie just cuts with him just batting some balls by himself on the Sandlot.
No,
Yeah.
it cuts to
He hits one over the fence.
And the beast
He
licks
goes-
his face because he
He
remembers.
goes
him.
back to the he goes back to the old Sandlot, and then he has the baseball glove, and then he does like the red letter media. The world is changing. Cuts to black.
Oh fuck! All right.
Sorry to bring up the Sandlot. That third one is fucking nuts.
Yeah, Sandlot 3.
I didn't even know
It
that
came out
existed.
2007.
I want to see that now.
I watched it in summer camp.
You watched the third one?
I don't remember
Oh,
it,
okay.
but I watched it in summer camp. I just remember, even though it's like it has the time travel, it's still basically just the Sandlot.
And just a rehash.
Mm-hmm. So does he retain his memories of an adult, and he's trying to recreate events to the best of his knowledge? like he's like
black hole.
I was like, I don't want to cause the butterfly effect. He's like, I won't go to college, and my mom will die of like asbestos
I won't be
poisoning if I
born.
don't.
He makes Smalls not steal the ball.
Just causes everything to get fucked up. It's the dark timeline. Because that kid doesn't go to Vietnam and shoot some kids, and they end up like flying kamikaze into the White House.
Oh my god.
It just goes fucking off the rails. Terrible.
So the kid got really into the 60s and directed Holy Mountain.
Yeah, it could add up. 13 years later, he comes out after a bad acid trip to go direct the Holy Mountain.
Enough fucking Sandlot.
The Holy Mountain. That was my transition to the Holy
Yeah,
Mountain.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Alright, so before I even talk about the movie, you recommended that this was whose favorite movie again?
The YouTuber Your Movie Sucks.
Your Movie Sucks.
Because he mentioned it briefly one time, and it's just like I remember looking it up, and then like it's always been in the back of the head. I need to see this movie, and I just haven't until now.
This is opportunity. So, when I was watching it throughout, most of the time I was like, all right, I can see how someone who thinks that imagery is overly important in film and all that stuff, where it's like they can think this is like a too deep for you kind of movie.
Yeah, no,
And
that's
I can see
very
where-
much what this movie is like.
It is,
But it
then
also
you get to
isn't.
the very last like minute of the movie, and then like it clicks for me,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I fucking get it.
Yeah.
I get why people like
Yeah,
praise
yeah.
this
This
movie the way
movie
they
knows
do.
exactly what it is. It's totally aware of it.
Yeah, it goes from unaware to 130% too real.
It's yeah. Oh my god.
So real-
Just the final line.
yeah,
Yeah. oh.
insanely like satirical of also what it's like trying to be.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
almost like it's anti-establishment propaganda to the extreme, to the point of parody.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Throughout the entire film.
Yes.
And it's almost like it's like I'm trying to equate it to something modern, like
I don't know if I can.
It's hard to draw comparison to many things.
It's literally
just
such
with
a
the
unique
idea of
movie.
Like, it's doing something so hard that it's like ironic.
It's
almost it's like postmodernism, but before
that was
really a thing.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. All right.
So this was pre-postmodernism.
It was pre-modernism. Fuck, that might be a thing.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a thing.
So let's talk about this movie. In a corrupt, greed-fueled world, a powerful alchemist leads a Christ-like character and 7 materialistic figures to the holy mountain where they hope to achieve enlightenment. Doesn't even begin.
Yeah.
That is the plot that gets established at an hour into this hour and 45-minute movie.
Exactly.
Like on a technicality,
yeah,
yes,
like that's like
what
the
it's
last
about.
little bit of the
movie.
movie.
Which is what the plot technically is, because there's 30 minutes of establishing individual characters before they merge.
Mm-hmm.
There's the establishment of the main character and kind of the world he's in and the role he plays in it.
Right.
Kind of.
No, it shows
really.
how corrupted the world is, though, and like
yeah,
everyone's sense of greed and power.
So my mom walked in while I was watching this movie,
Uh-huh.
and I was about 15 minutes in, and explaining the first 15 minutes took about 12 minutes. So
Yeah.
it's a
Each scene
dense movie.
Throughout
There's so
the whole
much
movie,
to pull apart.
Yeah, it's such visually and symbolically. Each scene, you're just sitting there like that's a lot to absorb. Almost like a fucking mental overload. You're like, how is it gonna somehow continue on and be even more bizarre and surreal and out there? And each movie is literally, each scene is unique in its own way and doesn't outdo the other one. It's equivalent to it in terms of just strangeness.
It moves on to something different each scene.
Yeah,
it doesn't try to like
stay on
add
anything
on to
much.
anything.
I don't think anything overstayed its welcome necessarily. Like
No,
it literally like when it transitioned like different points, like it was
like you kind of each scene is built up like. That's kind of weird. And then, like, by the end of it, you go, what the fuck? And then it cuts.
Yeah.
And then you have to, like, go through that cycle over and over again.
Dude, it's like having the most...
It's just like...
It's such a...
Just each scene, just...
It's such a trippy, bizarre scene. You're like, how can you, see that weird old lady in a tree made of chickens?
That
holding
was
a
my
katana,
scene.
And then you're like, you think that's weird? You haven't seen the dude shooting milk out of his jaguar boobs.
Okay, so I saw that as a GIF. Like
you know what I mean? It's like that's a separate scene.
And I had no idea it was from this because it was one of those things where it's like I saw it on the internet, and I'm like, oh, it's just a crazy thing I saw on the internet once. But then I was like, wait, what the fuck? This is where that's from?
Now, the fact that I can even say that in a sentence is the most weirdest fucking thing.
Okay, but my absolute favorite. Was the toads and the lizards dressed like kings and knights?
Yes, it was called The Great Toad and the Chameleon Circus.
Yeah,
and as soon as I saw
Not
that,
chameleons, by the way, horned lizards.
But it said chameleon.
Yeah, it said chameleon.
I know it said chameleon, but they fucked it up.
As soon as I saw that and started getting a glimpse of what this movie is, instantly in my head I wrote it down. Like that needs to be
a bunch of animals.
That needs to be a band name. Great Toad and the Chameleon Circus.
Wait, so
be a good psychedelic band.
They had to have killed animals. There's no way they did it.
The way that scene is shot, yeah.
Well, they
sorry, folks. Watch this one at home. I'm not cutting this for YouTube.
I think that
fuck. Just if you want to watch some.
It literally made me. I was a little uneasy for a second because I was like, I don't think that they had effects to be able to like mimic something.
Okay,
like that,
I mean, I know the part when it shows all the blood flowing down the little tiny.
No, that's obviously no, but like they actually
that was fake. But like when it shows them like fucking being squished.
Yeah,
like,
those are real frogs.
It looks legit.
It looked very legit. And also, whenever the little set that they're on just starts blowing up, you kind of see just
like some just fly off.
You just see like frogs, like frog, like pieces that look like frog and lizard.
Yeah, I guess that is a discretion ahead of time. Like if
they
shit like that bothers
you,
don't watch it. Yeah,
it's also foreign.
Yeah,
it's also foreign. They have like different laws.
Yeah, only Americans care about animals.
Really, we really do.
We care the most about animals. Right. It's that and obesity. We're number one in.
And then
and art.
Except India.
No.
India's really into cows though.
Kidding.
We're into cows for different reasons.
We're into cows for different reasons. Yeah, but they've got a lot of other animals. They're not like
Kuti Pai Hai.
Yeah, I know all about that. Look that one up.
Kuti Pai Hai.
I'll put that in that picture.
Are you telling me or the
do you know? Oh, so you don't know what it is?
I don't.
It's like is it lamb or cow abortion?
I want to say it's
shit.
I want to say it's goat fetus.
Never mind. You don't gotta look it up.
It's It's just an unborn goat fetus.
I think I know what you're talking. Oh, cootie
It's
pie.
a dish. We watched this in Mr. Mashachi's class back in high school.
That's
It's
exactly
the
where I
flesh
saw
of-
Mr. Mashachi's class.
Man, he was a fucking cool dude.
I'm glad Mushashi's I'm glad everybody retains one fucking thing from me. And
It's
that's
an
cootie pie.
Anglo-Indian cuisine consisting of the flesh of an unborn fetus of an animal, usually goat.
You know what's weird is as soon as you said it, you know what popped in my head? You
It
guys
looks
beat me to
fucking
it.
delicious, though. Look at all these pictures. What the fuck is that?
Why is that?
What?
That's not. That is not a cootie pie.
That is not. That's a cutie pie. What? Nutrition.
Babies.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here we
Dude.
go. That's the picture.
Oh, the picture says
Alright.
babies. Cute, cuddly, delicious. What are you trying to sell me?
We're getting some. Oh, this is a. Oh, God.
But yeah, no,
Monkey
there's so
brains.
much more. There's so much more to take away from this movie than that.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of metaphors and
Oh, there is.
that,
I can
that
walk you
completely slipped me, but the overall thing is well, like you said, anti-establishment.
The whole movie definitely makes you go, it makes you think.
Yeah.
But also, I kind of want to make throughout the whole movie, I was thinking, by the end of the movie, I had this idea of, I want to make a motivational calendar with each month having, a different thing
Holy
taken
mountain.
from the movie. And,
You could make
the
20
first one,
calendars.
the first one can be the scene when, they do the weird, they turn the potential main character's shit into gold. And the actual quote is, your excrement, change yourself into gold, kind of thing. And you're like, dude, that'd be a great, just write it on your mirror, for the month of March. You know what I mean?
I don't think
Kind
you
of
should
thing.
follow any of the advice in this movie.
No, you should though. You could turn your Ben. You start off as shit, but you could be gold, man.
No.
And then also, what other wonderful line I think that stuck with me is rub your clit against the mountain and give yourself to the world.
Yep.
Yes.
Tell me what
You
month
just
that should be
dry
for.
humps the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
If
you wouldn't buy a calendar with a mountain and it just says it in the motivational
No,
lettering.
it's cheap to have a calendar made. You should do that.
If you
Do
get,
it.
if you make
Do
a
it for
whole,
Secret Santa this year.
if you make
The
a
Holy Mountain motivational calendar poster.
If you make a Holy Mountain or not even motivational, but just a poster where it's a pic. Each month is a unique picture.
Yeah, with a
taken out
motivational
of Holy
quote.
Mountain.
Yeah.
You can make calendars for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Literally every scene has at least 4 good images.
That are just completely unique. And
That being
different from the
said too, you should never take the advice probably from this movie because you do find out that the disciples are just weird, very self-centered, shitty people.
But it's them leaving that behind for
The-
immortality.
the
They
seven
spend their
people-
money and
They do,
Yeah, they're
They
supposed
do.
to. They're
You're
supposed
right.
to also represent the planets.
but they
Yeah.
also
All
only
the
delve.
astrological
They also only
signs
delve
and-
further into themselves, though.
Holy fuck. I mean, I know this was adjusted for inflation. This was in 73. This had a less than $1 million budget, and holy fuck,
Dude,
the practical effects in this movie.
Great.
We're
The scale
fantastic.
of it is so large.
All the
It's-
people, all the when they have the trucks with the dead bodies, and then there's so many
There's
people
so
in
much
this
stuff
movie.
going on.
There's so many people in this movie.
Mhm.
So many things going on.
So
So,
many
many
props.
shots, props, costumes,
Uh-huh.
and the costumes are crazy. They're
Yeah.
not. They're not
It's
just
not some Party City they grabbed a robe costume.
No, and it's not
They're-
like with normal movies, all right, this character's a detective, we can just go buy a trench coat. This is no, we're gonna have to hire 20 designers to make these weird.
Or,
ass
like you pointed out, when
costumes.
they made all the replicas of
there's the scene where there's
mannequins
the
of Jesus.
15 Jesus statues.
Yeah, I love
And he
that.
just goes to apeshit and just destroys them all.
Like,
I'm
those
we
were-
got that in one cut.
Like that wasn't all green screened in there; they were all made.
Yeah.
And he eats the face of one and then
And it
puts
was-
it on the balloon.
What the fuck was that? Was it cake or something? Or dough?
It was
of some
supposed
sort?
to be like a wax figure.
Was it
but,
wax?
But I don't think he was actually eating wax.
Yeah.
What it is he's eating the body of Christ and then giving himself
Yeah.
to the heavens because it's an imprint of
the Holy
himself.
Sacrament. Yeah. But man,
But
what
no.
a tense movie.
But the very ending.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Yeah, we're gonna get into spoilers.
Oh my
Because
god.
the ending is the most important part.
The
of
whole
movie.
ending is about traveling to this holy mountain to
Yeah.
become completely
one of the immortals.
one of the immortals. Get rid of all your past
Yeah.
things. You're no longer materialistic or
Physical, mental, and emotional,
any of your
spiritual
lust.
perfection.
100%, yes.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
you just said. And by the end of the movie, what do? They get there, they get to the table at the mountain, and then they just start laughing. Because
Yeah.
it's the whole thing's just
Well, they
know.
start laughing. They get to the top. They get to the table to ambush the immortals currently there to
Yeah.
force them to give the secrets. And then there's a bunch of fucking mannequins sitting
Yeah.
at the table.
And they all start laughing almost like they knew it the whole
Because
time.
you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
they're mannequins.
Yeah.
truly, the power was within us the entire time. The power of friendship.
And then they sit down like they're gonna deliver this crazy speech now as like King of the Immortals, and he says,
"No, wait, step it back. Step it back." One scene. Jesus is talking to the alchemist, and the alchemist is like, "Hey, we made it. You're the master now. You gotta cut off my head." He says it like in that delivery, and then he hands him a giant sword,
a comically big sword,
and Jesus is just like,
"Yeah,
I guess gotta cut your head off, bud." And he does it and cuts the lamb off head. It's like a misdirect. He goes, "You're not a master." And he's like, "Oh, hey, here's this lady in the chimp that's been following you. Just love her. She loves you."
Yeah.
And then Jesus is
she
like,
loves you for you.
See ya.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, I
got a monkey and a lady.
Yeah.
And then the master goes and meets up with the other guys. He's like, "Hey, just wait here for 45 minutes while I do this other thing." And it was just his Jesus powwow.
Yeah, and then as they're talking though, and they said like, "We've come here to like find immortality, but it's not about immortality. Maybe what we've discovered is reality." And then this is where it blew my fucking mind.
God.
He looks at the camera and goes, "Or maybe this isn't even reality. This is a film." And he literally says, "Zoom back camera," and the camera zooms back.
The camera back
shows a movie being shot.
This shows the whole crew.
And then it's like, what does he say? Something about reality at the end. He says,
he says like, maybe we didn't find immortality. It's all about discovering reality. And then he's like, this isn't even reality. It's a film.
and he goes, zoom back
camera, and then it does it, and you're just like, that's when the whole movie knew what it fucking was.
No, you know what
it's truly a beautiful ending. Like
similar, this movie as a whole definitely not, but that specific scene very reminiscent of Michelle Haneke's Funny Games when all of a sudden just fucking, you seen Funny Games?
In terms of breaking the wall?
Yeah, well also just like it's like, well, like there's all like the subtle nods.
Funny Games is one that you told me about, right, TJ?
Funny Games, yeah, it's a movie that I love.
Some people love it.
You told me to watch it.
Some people love it.
I probably haven't told you to watch it.
Is this the one where the guy rewinds the movie to change the course of events in the movie?
Because something happens.
Spoilers, I guess. Sorry for just dropping that one.
Something happens, and he rewinds it because he doesn't like the outcome. And throughout the whole movie, it's not that kind of movie.
Yeah,
and they just
fucking
out of the blue do it for like one scene.
But like what it is like just like the whole movie though, that one character keeps doing like subtle like nods, like he would like something is about to happen on the screen.
So like a second watch would tell you that this happens.
Like something is about to happen on screen and you see him like look at the camera and go like,
so like it was there the whole time then.
And then like there's something where
you know what to look
where he
for.
kind of like looks at the camera real quick and goes like.
He does it in both versions, right?
Yeah,
because he remade his own movie.
He remade his own movie.
Did, the Funny Games. We're still talking about Funny Games, yeah.
And then there's,
he did an American one as well.
I like the American one because it just looks nicer.
Yeah,
they're basically
bigger
the same
budget.
movie.
It's essentially the same movie.
Also, the guys who play the intruders are creepy white people. Like, there's white people, and then there's like the creepy almost twins.
Yeah.
There's a 97 one.
That's the German one.
That's the first one.
Okay, and then there's a UK version with Eli Roth.
I've never seen the original one, but I've seen
the UK version?
That's the newer one.
Huh?
Yeah. Or Tim Roth, sorry, not Eli Roth.
Oh, yeah.
Eli Roth,
this
that's the one with Naomi Watts.
Oh, it was technically a UK movie.
Wait.
Oh, that's just release date.
It's not even that I hate that movie. The thing about Funny Games, though, to me, is they only had about like 30 minutes of a great fucking movie, and then the rest there's like a lot of filler in there. Is my problem.
I really.
It's not that it's bad.
I really
it's
like
not,
that how it gets,
I got gripes.
It gets bad, like not like bad quality, but like it's like, oh, he's doing something very bad, but it never like really shows anything too violent. It's all like just like sounds and like implied stuff, and I really like stuff like that.
I can't fully shit on the movie
because
it is well done, and I get what it's going for. Just there's some things like after you watch the movie. So maybe we'll have to add it to the list one day.
And then the very ending too.
We can talk about it. It's maybe some other time, but we can get into it.
That's the movie I want to watch.
We could,
if you really want to.
I've got some plans.
Yeah, I'd say I don't despise the movie. Yeah, it's not on my band
list. I'm really excited to be recommended movies because all I've done is recommend.
I have one that I'm very confident in. There's one that I'm probably have to edit out some stuff, like run some stuff by you guys just to see if like you've seen it or not, kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, moving on. Holy Mountain, holy shit.
Yeah.
Two winners so far. Good Time and Holy Mountain for completely different reasons.
Yeah.
I think people should watch them.
If we were real valid movie critics, I think that like it would be like, target audience podcast says, and then in the quotations, I'm gonna do air quotes like you do. It'll say, "Holy Mountain, holy shit."
Oh man, what a fucking movie, dude!
What a
It is.
movie.
That is a one hell of a ride.
Because it was one of those things where it's just like
I can't even
I had to
begin
stop
to
myself.
describe
I'm
it.
like, holy fuck! Because like first one was like good time. I'm like Pierce, put on a pretty good one. Then Holy Mountain, I'm like, it's probably gonna be like pretentious and like way too full of itself. And I start watching, and like 15 minutes in, I'm like, I was so wrong.
When they start showing the disciples of the other planets too.
Mhm.
In our system, did you like any like stand out to you? Like have a favorite planet?
Have a favorite planet? I mean, none of them really like caught my attention specifically.
There's certain like visuals though.
I liked the toy one with the I don't know any of the planets.
Yeah.
I can't put them.
No, there's some. It's such a great platform to deliver such surreal, bizarre sequences though.
Yeah, there was two things in this movie that bothered me. They shouldn't bother me because they're stupid in this kind of movie. Mm-hmm. In one scene, the scene where Jesus gets knocked out by the Romans, and then they make that body cast. When he falls asleep, Dick is just out.
Oh, and then like
full on Dick out.
And then it cuts back.
And then it cuts back. He's got a loincloth.
Yeah.
Because those Roman soldiers are respectful. They're like, hey, he's unconscious. We're about to mold him. Like, put something over his dick.
On it. And then the second one was when it was it Pluto was the police state guy? The leader of the world police or whatever the fuck he was.
I think it was either was
he castrates men and steals their testicles, and then he
keeps them in a jar.
He's like, I have 99 testicles, and then he cuts off 2 from a guy. He's like, now I have 100. I'm like, no motherfucker, you have 100 pairs.
No motherfucker.
Or you have 200 testicles. You need to reevaluate your testicle guiding.
I love that he like tells the one kid, he's just like, your testicles complete my collection of testicles.
He's like, you're the 100th winner. Ding 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 ding. Look for your prize. You get to join. Oh, he was Mars.
Dude,
that's which one he was.
Out of context, if no one's ever seen this movie, this sounds like the weirdest shit. How it gets to be. And it really is. It's literally, I encourage people to watch this movie. Even if you don't like these kinds of movies, it's worth a watch just because there's not anything like this movie.
No, this is one that, like, this is an exit strategy. You're like Netflix and chill, but then the girl, it turns out, like, you start fooling around and realize she's kind of just a weirdo you don't want to associate with. And you're like, let's watch The Holy Mountain. You put that on. And then you're like, hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. You disappear for like 15 minutes, let her figure out what the fuck's going on. And then you come back, she's not in the mood anymore. You can just bail. You don't have to feel like any guilt. You're just like, no, it was on her. It just wasn't,
speaking of Holy Mountain, there's I was in downtown Tampa, and I was at the Tampa Theater. I didn't go to the Tampa Theater, just outside looking at what was coming up. And in August 17th, I believe, there's a movie, has some crazy foreign name. It's like, I don't know, I'm not even pretending like I know how to pronounce it. And it says Francis Ford Coppola Presents. And I was reading the description of it. And it sounded like something that'd be kind of similar to Holy Mountain in like a similar vein. It's like it literally in the description of the movie says, if you are seeking plot, characters, story, whatever, look elsewhere. This movie is like a photo gallery, but only with moving pictures.
What?
Koya.
Oh shit.
Don't even try. Koya.
Okay.
That's when you'll put the picture up, dude. Don't even try to pronounce.
Oh, it has
Koyaanisqatsi.
Koyaanisqatsi. Koyaanisqatsi.
All right. And
it's a really long description.
Director Godfrey Reggio set out to begin that process of reckoning the project with nothing like ever filmed before.
Oh, this is the description that I read.
If you don't know what it is, this text will be woefully inadequate to prepare you. Please do not come to this movie expecting plot, characters, dialogue, drama. That is to say, don't come expecting to see a movie. Maybe it's best understood as a photo essay, except the photos are moving, and instead of page count, it's 85 minutes long in real time. And while you're reading it, you're also listening to perhaps the best and most fully realized minimalist work by one of the most accomplished composers of the late 20th century. And the topic of the photo essay is a period of about 50 years during which civilization advanced so rapidly it began to warp and distort the world itself. From some perspectives, a period in which everything began to fall apart. What the fuck?
So Michael Bay did this?
This one's going on the check it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
things we talk about.
But I think that'd be a fun little field trip out there to see.
Definitely,
I love the Tampa Theater. Tampa Theater's cool. I saw a Charlie Chaplin movie at the Tampa Theater, and they had a live orchestra.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that'd be really cool.
It was really nice. I liked it.
Oh shit.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I'm down, man.
So Holy Mountain, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
holy shit. Holy Mountain.
Now, next movie.
Next movie.
Sorry to bother you.
Sorry to bother you. What a treat.
What that was
Yeah.
that was like a nice compared to the other two movies, this was the nice movie.
This was
And
the
you know what?
one.
It was still bizarre as shit.
No, I mean compared to Holy
certain
Mountain,
points.
it's normal.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
compared to the other two movies, the other two movies,
I wouldn't.
it's like oh man, this is like I'm exhausted after watching.
That's
this.
exactly what it was because I was like, oh man, this movie is gonna be so. It can't compete with the other two movies because it's like Good Time was so dense. And, like so tightly packed of a movie, and then Holy Mountain is its own fucking miracle. That exists at its own different level. I was like, oh man, this one is gonna be totally just overshadowed.
But
it wasn't.
Not
it
in
was
the
not.
slightest.
Nah. No, this
not
movie
in the
was.
slightest.
I really liked it. That's
Yeah.
I will say that to
It was
begin
enjoyable.
with. I really like consistency.
Yeah, so do you want to talk about your trials and tribulations that you had trying to see this
Oh
movie? Because it sounded like you had like a
goodness.
hard way to go.
So I live close to the movie theaters, but not close enough to where I walk is something I want to do every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk up to the movie theater. I'm running late for the movie a little bit. By the time I eventually saw it, I was still running late for the movie. I have a habit of doing that. But
You will never go
but
with
then,
us.
but then we go. I see it. I go to see it with my girlfriend. And we go and we're sitting. And we're like, okay, good. It's still just playing the trailers, and then we hear this little popping noise in the speaker, and then we're like, oh, that's gonna. I hope that stops. Like when the movie comes on, that's gonna be annoying. And then just a preview stop, and then they're like, okay. We can't play this movie because it's only playing in the one theater room. He's like, and there's something wrong with the speaker, so here's a refund, and you can go see another movie today instead. So I walked all the way to the movie theater. It's like a mile, maybe a mile and like 1.7 if I'm trying to be exact.
So you spent like 15-20 minutes walking in.
No,
Nice Florida weather.
Was the AC working for
Yeah.
you? When we saw it, the AC was out.
Yeah, AC was out. Well,
No,
I feel
the
like
AC was
the
working.
AC worked. It's just the fans were busted.
They didn't
That's
work
what
at the
it-
theater.
So it is a long walk in the Florida sun, and so I'm
Wasn't
like,
that
I'm
bad.
seeing a movie. So, and the only one that's like, because I have work, I'm like, this is the only one I can see and still have time to go to work. Was the first Purge, which was hot ass.
I had a feeling.
Well, it was just so. The movie swears it's Get Out, but it's not. It's
Oh.
Yeah,
it's
it's definitely going for that audience.
yeah, it's trying to go for the commentary, but it's not. It's so stupid.
not
I don't even
executed
want to
right.
get into that.
Okay.
one.
Sorry to bother you. Does
No, it's
Sorry
like
to bother
that.
you does
It's
it
like
right.
This year's Get Out.
Yeah.
This is a great.
But I eventually saw it, and I liked it a lot.
Sarah Bother's a great directorial debut. This is a hell of
Yeah, Booth
somebody
Riley
for somebody's
came out
first
swinging.
for somebody's first movie. That's one heck of a movie.
It is.
It's a fucking bold movie because
Yeah.
it plays it not safe, but relatively safe for most of it.
And I can understand
And it's
this.
enjoyable.
This is a movie that, as a viewer, you're either gonna like or you're gonna fucking hate.
Yeah,
No
there's
one's
a
ever gonna be
curveball.
like-
I'll talk
yeah.
about spoilers. There's a curveball that some people are gonna be able to ride with,
Mhm.
and some people are just gonna go flying right off the fucking rails
I
and want
think,
their money
yeah,
back.
the way the movie's marketed and everything, they did a great job at not.
It
talking
does what I
about-
want to do
yeah.
by spoilers. Just covering it this one because we can't talk about the context of the entire movie without talking about that one thing. But once
Should we kind of walk through the movie and
Well,
build into it, or
to explain where the breaking point is for people without saying what it is,
yeah,
it plays it relatively safe by the numbers, kind of quirky comedy.
Yeah, kind of.
Until things escalate to a point where it follows kind of its own internal narrative of all right, this is a logical progression to the
working its
kind
way
of
up.
realistic extreme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then it does what I always want in movies to happen, where the trailer misleads you intentionally into seeing
Yes.
a movie that is not the movie you're in for.
Then this movie just fucking
It
bah,
takes-
hits you.
Yeah, it takes it starts painting this narrative and having all these things that it's trying to
Yeah.
say in a movie, and then it reiterates it with such a weird fucking twist.
That's exactly
and it
what
says
it
the
does.
same things in a sense
Basically.
with the twist.
Yeah.
It says the same things, and
It's
at
just,
fir-
it's
you know what's weird is in the beginning you start to be able to argue it, and you're like, oh, okay, well, you start to see both sides, but then it's when they involve the twist.
yeah.
It underlines everything it was fucking
Alright,
saying.
I
a
kinda
second
want-
ago.
let's walk through the movie so
Yeah.
we can get
Yeah.
because I want to talk about it
Okay.
the actual twist
yeah,
more.
let's walk our way through.
Yeah.
So when the movie's funny as shit. Like, I loved it.
I did like the script. I like the humor.
It was very smart.
It was very snappy.
David Cross doing his white voice. It was pretty great.
And Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt was the other guys. That for the whole movie, I thought that guy was like, wow, that guy is like young Denzel Washington.
Yeah, I can hear it.
But it wasn't. It was the guy who played Marcus. You've seen Kick-Ass?
Mm-hmm.
The other cop to Nicolas Cage's partner.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Yeah.
And his voice was Patton Oswalt, and I like that in this movie.
And his name was Mr.
Beep.
Yeah.
Like in Kill Bill. And then I think was Steve Buscemi Danny Glover's voice.
No, it wasn't Steve Buscemi. People thought it was Steve Buscemi. It was actually like one of the just a producer or somebody on
really?
there. I ended up looking into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
But yeah, it's mainly about this dude named Cassius
Creed.
Yeah, they call him Cash in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just starts
Cassius
off.
White, sorry.
He just starts off at like the bottom of the totem pole telemarketing job.
Yeah.
And the movie
literally hires everyone.
But he's literally happy as shit because it's a job, and he has like he's that. Well, not only that, not only money, he also just doesn't know where he's at in life.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. He's got this whole like crisis going on internally of like, oh shit, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
Doesn't even fucking matter, kind of thing. All set in this weird society where what was it?
It's like an alternate reality.
What was that business going on though, where they were like, "Hey, just sign this life contract,
worry
free." That was an interesting concept. It's like you live in this world where there's worry free, where they're basically saying like, "Hey, as long as you just say you'll come work for us and everything like that, and work for us, we'll take care of your family, we'll give you housing, we'll provide everything." And it's basically like
it's indentured servants.
It disguised slavery.
Yeah.
But everybody's kind of justifying it because they're like, "Hey, it's worry free."
Yeah.
Like the billboards they have, and it just shows like, "Be a good father," and he's like, just shows some deadbeat sitting on the couch, like drinking.
I love you know what, this movie had a lot of vibes. I've been saying this for a while that I would like a movie that had this. Like the satirical side of GTA and the vibes, and this movie I can
feel it.
Yeah, it reminded me of GTA before it gets into the the fucking weird part.
The San Andreas vibe.
It reminded me of like GTA 5, like the stupid stuff they watch on TV. There's a game show where it's called "I Got the Shit Kicked Out of Me."
Yeah,
which is Idiocracy's. Out my balls.
Yeah, which is basically
just a really satirical portrait of like almost like Idiocracy and that kind of like society.
Of violent.
But it reminds me of like, and then like when they have like the guy talking, like when they're interviewing the CEO, he's like it's not slavery, and he's like explaining why it's not slavery, and it just sounds exactly like slavery.
He's like he's like, look, they work for us forever, and we give them housing and food, and it's not slavery because in their contract it's stated that it's not slavery, and by definition, slavery has the threat of physical violence, which we don't.
Yeah. But anyway, he's working at the telemarketing company, all like set to the backdrop of that playing in the background in this world.
Someone who works in
creating
a cubicle office.
Yeah, and somebody
has some reminiscent vibes.
He's really failing at first as a telemarketer and everything.
Awful.
But then, like, he meets that one guy.
Gives him some advice.
Says, use your white guy voice. And the way they justify that, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
He says it's not even necessarily like white people are, because he starts making a joke out of that.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't even
like
understand what I'm saying.
They nipped it in the bud before it became like a commentary on. It was just like, no, you just got to be kind of long. You always gotta sound like you're going somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's like you gotta sound like you don't. He's like, sound like nothing is bothering you. You have no worries.
He says it's not even necessarily what white people are. It's what they want to be.
Yeah.
And I think they just and it paints it like a really cool way. And he realizes he has a super big talent. Like he can harness that inner white guy voice.
He makes it work.
He starts selling things left and right and working his way up to the tier that like nobody ever thought was really achievable.
Power caller.
The upstairs.
Yeah. And then I love when he's like, so what do we sell when we're Polygar? We sell manpower, weapons, and
that's what you find out. Yeah. He ends up making it upstairs.
He's like, who do you think makes these deals?
After making friends with everybody
it's just a telemarketer company.
The whole subplot of like wanting to start the union.
Yeah.
Like when he gets with the guy that's Glenn from The Walking Dead.
Glenn, Steven Yeun.
Steven Yeun,
Squeeze.
Yeah, so you have that all going on. Then when he's like, he's conflicted because he's like, he's almost found a purpose in life. He starts getting successful.
Yeah, and he's getting all this money.
And then that's where the movie does start taking a strange turn. He gets upstairs, and then it's like, what are we selling? Oh, remember the slave labor that we've been like firmly against this whole movie?
It all ties together because it was a background element to begin with, and then it works its way to the forefront.
But now it comes
weapons to private armies.
Now it comes to him like, should he compromise who he is and his values kind of thing?
He's not selling out his friends. He's just putting himself first.
Yeah, exactly.
To get this position, even though it's working for a company that puts him against what his friends want.
Yeah.
So it's...
And they really underline that his girlfriend is firmly against that. She's like an activist.
Yeah.
Kind of character.
And when it turns out that she's one of the Left Eye group members, it's not a reveal. It's just more of kind of like a, well, duh kind of moment. Because it's like, it's been there the entire time. It doesn't make it feel like, she's actually a member of the revolution the whole time? It's just like...
It just adds to...
Yeah, it's just like, it makes sense.
It just adds to Cash's conflict, too. Like, just of like... He's really good at something for once kind of thing. And like, he starts thinking this might be the right direction. Which leads...
And his friends eventually, they do forgive him. Because they're like, no, dude, you're putting yourself first. I get it. Like,
Yeah.
But the girlfriend, not the case. Or fiance, not the case.
Once she finds out, like, what exactly he's selling and stuff... That's kind of like starting to build up into the turning point. And he's doing so good as a power caller that they're like, hey, the fucking owner
the CEO
wants to meet
of Worry
you.
Free, not even of the telemarketing place.
Yeah, the top dog wants to meet you. And he goes to meet him at a party, and man, this is where we get into some shit.
Oh man, the party.
This is literally.
I think God, we watched Eyes Wide Shut because that's just like that's what the reference is.
Yeah, a lot of homages to that, and the whole vibe. He's out of his element there, and everything's going on.
When they ask him to rap.
Yeah, they ask him to rap.
Oh my god, because the guy, the white as hell Army Hammer, he keeps saying like, "Yo, what's up?" and he's like. Trying to use like
poking stereotypes at him.
He's like, so you can rap.
You can rap. You're lying to me. I know you can rap.
I'm not even gonna spoil that part.
And then he starts to rap, and no one's having it because it's terrible. He's like, I don't know how to rap.
I can't rap. And then
he wins over the white audience by just saying the N-word.
Yeah, in a rhythmic fashion, just over and over and over and over, and they sing along.
And they sing along, and
they love it.
You can see just kind of like just like
they start vibing on it, and it's literally like everything he's disgusted by. But you know what? It's working for him.
Yeah.
And then it goes even more weird though, because he won over that crowd and everything like that. And then the one guy's like, "Hey, go visit." What was the main CEO guy's name?
Steve Lift.
Yeah, he's like, "Go visit Steve Lift in his
definitely
office."
Not Steve Jobs.
He's got a proposal for you. And then they start talking. Shit starts to get weird. He's like, "Hey, watch this video. I got an offer to make you." But he had to really take a piss.
Well, no. Yeah. First off, he's like, hey, he gives him like a spiral of coke to deal off of this plate.
True. And they are
he
like
snorts some coke. And he starts like,
this is an insane Eyes Wide Shut party too.
Yeah.
Like
so he starts getting the I've never done coke, but I just did a shit ton of coke kind of thing.
Yeah. He's like, fuck,
I gotta piss. And the guy's like, fucking just go piss. And then huge spoiler.
This is where we're getting.
This is the spoiler where it's like, earlier I was like, spoilers. Kind of talk about like the premise. No, this is like, if you don't want this part spoiled,
this is the part where I imagine people probably walked out of theaters.
Yeah.
And
so he goes down the hall and
to take a piss.
Go to the jade door. He doesn't go to the jade door. He accidentally goes inside the olive-colored door.
Yeah,
and inside there,
a color that's like
he hears it's like a weird furnace or something.
It looks like the scene from
room.
Saw. It's like
it's
like a tiled room kind of thing, like almost like a meat packing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And you hear there's someone like in like a bathroom stall. And he's like, "Oh fuck,
I'm hurt.
I'm hurt." Yeah, and the guy's like, "I can't help you, dude. I'm not."
It's not just help me. It's like fucking kill me.
Yeah, he's like, dude, man. It's messed up, man. And he's like, dude.
And then he opens the door, and a fucking naked horseman falls out.
A horseman.
Most terrifying fucking horseman.
A horseman. I legit like a horse.
Voiced by Forrest Whitaker.
Voiced by Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah,
that's even better.
That up.
Yeah, I was going down the list
horseman, please kill me now. And it's not just one horseman. There's multiple horsemen being held in this mansion.
Coming out of the other stalls, this other horseman. And then he fucking runs out freaking out. And Steve's like, that wasn't the jade door.
Yeah.
And I love when he's
like... Hammer pulls a gun on him.
Yeah, he's like,
we're going to talk.
He's like, can't leave until I explain myself.
Yeah.
And then he shows them the thing.
Shows them the video.
He's like, if you would have watched the video, you would have even been scared.
Yeah.
And then he watches the video.
And it was another thing too. It was fully like he just justified it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, if you would watch the video, this is just a giant
Yeah,
misunderstanding.
he's like, they're dumber than people, and they're bigger and they can lift things better.
And the first
Yeah.
thing,
Horse people.
basically, the video is insinuating that worry-free labor, humans
Yeah.
have their limits. So we get these people to snort powder, and they become hybrid horse humans.
people. And then he has the flashback of him snorting the coke, and the plate was Mr. Bo, and it had a picture of a horse on it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Did you give me the fucking horse?" No, I'll give you like straight Peruvian. He's like, "Motherfucker, you can't say it's straight Peruvian. You can't be specific with what type of cocaine it is."
Yeah, but anyway,
Peruvian can mean any Peruvian way. He's like, dude, it's pure. It's pure coke. I'm not evil.
Yeah.
and then my favorite line was like, he's like, so you're telling me you're turning people into horses to exploit them for cheap labor? Yeah. Yes, exactly.
That's what the video
I was
explained
telling you
and
that.
not only that, the
so you
plan.
wouldn't think I'm crazy.
Yeah.
The plan goes even more bizarre though because he wants
offers
Cash
him to be
like their leader.
They're MLK. He's like, "I want you to be the Martin Luther King of the horse people. I want you to be like the false prophet."
Yeah.
For like a 5-year contract.
Yeah, it gets like almost like government conspiracy
Yeah.
type stuff.
At this point in the movie,
He's like, you'll be a temporary horse person. We'll give you the
antidote in 5 years.
But when he calls the antidote like the we'll give you the secret
He's
activating.
like, that shit doesn't even sound
He's
real.
like, it's not like you just made that up on the spot.
He's like, "Well, we're gonna make it."
we're gonna make it.
But what's great is that after all that is revealed, and he's like, "Well, let me think about the deal," kind of thing. Like, like I can't just like agree to become a fucking horse human leader.
Yeah.
Overnight. And then the movie kind of like goes back to like he knows something needs to be done about it.
He makes it.
He
home
realizes
the next
he realizes he chose wrong. He started realizing like that is not what he wants
and then
to
he
be.
goes look for his phone. He can't find it.
Oh my goodness.
So he goes to his fiance who just dumped him. And it turns out that
the video he sent her.
He sent her a video that night. He's like, "I don't remember sending a video." And then it turns out the horse people had his phone and they sent him a message.
So they got proof. He starts trying to like get the word out what this big corporation's trying to do.
And he jumps through all these hoops to get the image out.
Goes on the show.
Goes on that fucked up show.
The
shit kicked out of anyone. Yeah.
And he shows the video, and then everyone's in outrage for about 6 seconds, and then they realize it's like, oh, there's nothing they can do about it, so they just adjust and rationalize it, and then move on with their day. Which is that's true.
Yeah, if you bring up a problem but no solution, that's just what people are gonna do.
Yeah,
that's what they say in the movie, and I thought that was really cool.
That's a good point in the movie. Yeah.
Very good social commentary on like today. Just
most definitely. Yeah.
I think that was
specific, just everything today.
For like kind of like a throwaway line, I think that's probably the most accurate of like the political statements they make in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And it's also like it's a
movie
slam on capitalism, really.
Yeah.
It just shows like the faults of capitalism. Without
especially like
it's absurd, but not offensive to people who can see both sides.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just capitalism, the really high up, like shit.
The power players, like the international, kind of like shadow.
It's a very smart movie.
It's funny. It makes you laugh. It makes you think too.
They could have easily made those horse people CGI mess.
No, I thought they were at first, and then you look at it closer and you realize it's all practical.
Yeah,
especially
and it
that
was
dick.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there was a huge horse dick. That was one of the selling points for being a horseman. He's like
a horse dick.
Yeah,
they make a point.
Out, he shows his girlfriend his dick, and he's like, "Is it bigger?" She's like,
I'm glad you're feeling yourself, but
you could have checked your nose, any other body part.
They make an emphasis, like when they show those horse people, to show you the size of that.
Yeah,
and then what the horse costumes were reminiscent of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle costumes from the live action movie.
They were similar.
They were they gave me a similar vibe to that.
Big rubber suit.
Back to getting into the movie though, because the total ending too is pretty fucking nuts.
Oh my god!
After they start trying to explore this whole horse people turning horse people into like horse people conspiracy.
They eventually
managed to. They've been protesting out front of the office for the union the entire time.
Yeah, that's a whole plot that's still going on.
And then he decides, fuck it.
Yeah,
he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna quit. And then they finally they're able to stop the police from busting through the picket line.
Yeah, the people who just SWAT team gear, just normal people who are protesters, just beating the shit out of them.
By the way, maybe
and then reinforcements come and just shut the protest
for Halloween.
Down.
Calling it now. Shut up, bitch, and have a soda. Smile, bitch.
Oh,
whatever it was.
Smile, bitch, and have a soda.
That's gonna be a thing.
How big is this movie?
I don't know.
How well has it been taken?
I hope that I at least see one person with a soda can in their afro hair.
I saw. What's funny is that you say that. Is I saw a picture of a baby dressed like the main character from Sorry to Bother You.
Really?
And then, like, they tweeted it at Lakeith Stanfield, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's really cool. You guys like the movie that much." Or whatever, but like
that's funny.
And the movie
but
literally has
I can see it being like a popular Halloween thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the thing. Anyway, so crazy thing happens. He breaks in. He busts out the horse people.
Yep.
And then all hell breaks loose.
He does. Well, the horse people get broken out, and then they're the secret reinforcements. After the
because they're finally rebelling against everything going on,
and then everything kind of goes back to normal for the rest of the movie.
After the rebellion happens,
like
the horse people get away, like they come out and they're liberated,
and then they go and they beat the shit out of
and then you think it's this great like kind of as good can be ending of like him back in the garage.
He goes back to the garage and he lives with his fiance,
but he's comfortable now.
Ever after.
He accepts who he is. Yeah. Happily ever after.
Yeah.
Until
the fucking biggest twist.
That was so good. I love the ending, man, because it's like a callback to a joke about like pulling the garage down kind of thing. And then all of a sudden he drops to the floor, and you find out. Turns out he did snort that shit. He's a fucking horse.
It just had such a long.
No, but speaking of that,
I love that shit, man.
My theory is that when whatever he snorted at Steve Lift's house was actually coke. But you know how like they eventually like capture him.
They dose him then.
I feel like they probably dose him then because
I like to think that it just was a prolonged effect.
Yeah, because it slams down and hits him on the nose, and then he turns around and he's got the horse and like, God damn it, holy shit!
That was a great ending.
And I love and then I love like the big nose, and then just cuts to black and it says "Sorry to bother you," and I verbally I heard people in the theater go what. And then it just goes back, and the movie's still going, and they're like, okay.
I was like full volume laughing as hard as I could in that movie in several spots. Where
I don't think anybody.
When the horse person fell out of the stall, I laughed I just started fucking dying, and I looked over to TJ's brother, and I'm like, we were like, holy fuck, this movie just made the turn.
Yeah, Sean was even dying laughing too, man.
You brought Sean to that?
Yeah, we took Sean.
Dude, he just wanted to come along to like see the movie. Yeah, we were like, we're going to the movies. Want to go?
He wasn't really feeling it for most of the movie. Then the horse person came, and Sean was like, this movie just went from like a 2 to a 10.
And it does, like Ben said, everything you want it to do. That's why I encourage people to really listen to our spoiler warning on this. Because if you want to see this movie, by all means, you need to see this movie. It's so fucking cool.
It is good.
The route it takes.
Because
the marketing's a good job. It's like Ben pointed out, this movie managed to not spoil that twist.
There's an untitled Call Me By Your Name sequel?
I guess so.
Why? What? That's not something I expected.
Huh.
But
But no, really cool movie, and it's very really well done, very nicely shot,
beautiful.
There's some nicely done,
funny.
There's some cool sequences, just cinematography wise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But man,
what a movie!
What a movie! That was a great one to top off this bizarre week.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yep.
I think
all 3 movies.
I think even in Holy Mountain, there's a planet that does a similar thing, like to Worry Free. Like there's one of the planets, like the president or the main person says like, hey, you can like live here, like because people don't need homes. Like remember it was like all the coffins kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it was people don't need homes or anything. That's just taking up space for land and everything.
It's
basically like
set up plantations.
It's basically a similar concept to Worry Free.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was not expecting
those 2
movies to have any similarities.
Mm-hmm. They oddly do.
All right, so that kind of wraps up last week.
And then
very solid week.
But now you'd say the 3 movies you're gonna do.
Yeah. So this week is Ben's week.
This is my week. I'm gonna start off. Let's do it just. All right, so we're back. We talked about what movies we're gonna be watching, just to kind of get everybody on the same page. The movie that I am recommending to you guys that I have seen and enjoyed and I hope you guys enjoy, is the 1978 George Romero film by the name of Martin. It's about a young man who believes himself to be a vampire, who goes to live with his elderly and hostile cousin, who's like much older than him. It's weird how older. In a small Pennsylvania town where he tries to redeem his blood-craving urges. This is a weird one, and this was like way before Romero mastered his style, but it's there.
What year are you talking about?
Passion. 78. It's different. It's a departure from because he's known for his political kind of undertones to most of his movies.
Night of the Living Dead came out in like the 60s.
It did.
Yeah.
And
so did like a lot of like Dawn of the Dead.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, be careful.
Yeah.
What you say about George Romero now.
I should rewind that a little bit.
You're treading on water.
This is very different than a lot of things that he's known for.
Yeah. This one's more of like a laid back movie, I hear.
All right.
Yeah, it's very slow and atmospheric, but it doesn't.
It
doesn't have a lot to say.
Yeah, I see
necessarily.
Yeah.
It's more like a slice of life, but happens to be.
I'm interested in it.
Horror.
And someone who thinks he's a vampire.
I'm interested.
Almost like Vampire Kid.
Maybe. Yeah, it's a good one.
I dig Romero.
Mm-hmm. And then the movie that TJ's seen this, but I haven't, and Pierce hasn't, is Cure for Wellness. From my understanding, a guy
Dane DeHaan's
goes
in
to
it.
What?
DeHaan guy is in it.
Dane DeHaan.
Yeah.
He's the Green Goblin.
He's the fucking dude from that Metallica movie, right?
He is the guy from the Metallica movie.
Metallica movie, badass.
Through the Never.
Fuck. Actually, I take it back. I don't want to watch A Cure for Wellness anymore. I want to watch The Sound of Water.
Shape of Water?
Shape of Water.
Ooh, I haven't seen that.
I've seen it, but yeah, that's cool.
All right, yeah.
I'll watch it again.
I didn't see it, and I literally had that movie on DVD.
What, Shape of Water?
Yeah, because my mom is a SAG actress, so she gets
the previews.
She gets all the movies.
Did Cure for
That's how I
Wellness-
watched Florida Project. Was like a SAG copy.
Oh shit!
You just want a watery movie, don't you? Because Cure for Wellness gets weird too, involving water.
Yeah, but this one, like, it's
okay.
way
I've
up
been
in my
meaning to see
alley.
this one too.
And this is one where it's just like kind of just like I was thinking about it. You know, Shape of Water. I want to check out.
Yeah, it's directed by that one guy.
That one
Guillermo
guy.
del Toro.
You know, it's just Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
That one guy.
He makes a lot of movies I like.
I don't know. I mean,
and from my understanding, this is basically just kind of like a sidequel to Hellboy.
Yeah.
Because it's basically just Abe Sapien / The Creature of the Black Lagoon. But
yeah.
At a top secret research facility in the 60s, a lonely janitor forms a unique relationship with an amphibious creature that's being held in captivity.
Oh man.
This is what I want to see.
It'll be interesting to get your thoughts on this.
I do want to see this one.
Yeah. It came out recently.
It did.
So it's kind of falls in that.
It got a lot of buzz.
Slipped me by.
With the movie awards.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to watch. And then
won a lot of shit.
The new release is going to be Blind Spotting. I don't know much about it, but it's supposed to be good. While on probation, a black man begins to reevaluate his relationship with his volatile best friend.
The trailer made me laugh.
I saw a clip. It kind of grabbed me. It looks like a fun movie.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a nothing like too heavy.
Okay.
Just
like a comedy drama kind of indie flick.
All right.
Yeah.
Kind of like a painting
Clipping.
game.
That's the rapper Clipping. That actor.
Oh yeah, that
Hamilton.
dude. He's a rapper. That dude's He's involved in all kinds of things. He did Hamilton. He's in a rap group.
He's a writer on this movie.
A writer.
David, right? Is that him?
David Diggs.
Yeah, that guy does all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like my element.
Yeah, no, I want to see it.
All right. And then we're going to do that bonus feature. We're going to try to check out Big Lebowski Anniversary.
Totally.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that for sure. Wait, what day? It was August 5th and 8th?
5th and 8th. So Sunday and Wednesday.
Okay.
AMC will have it.
Okay.
Because they've been advertising the shit out of it there.
I probably shoot for the 8th because Wednesday is when I have my days off.
That works.
Sunday. Oh, wait. I mean, actually, Sunday might work because I usually get off at like 6 or 7 on Sundays.
So there's
it depends what showing's time.
Oh, at 7 p.m. If I tell them, hey, I'm trying to make a movie at 7 p.m. on Sunday, I don't think they'll be too butthurt.
Sunday it's 7 o'clock, and then the Wednesday is
same time.
7 o'clock.
Yeah, and that'll depend on my work schedule too. As long as I don't close on like a Wednesday,
yeah,
I can
we're gonna have to buy tickets well in advance on this one.
Yeah,
that's one we.
Hopefully, we'll have our work schedules like ahead of time, or I'll have mine.
I have
yours is pretty
schedule.
consistent. Yeah. And I know Ben's is too. Basically, if I don't close on Wednesday, I'm down. But even on Sunday, I'm usually out of there by like 6:30. I can meet you like literally. I work
Right
across the street, so no big deal.
Yeah.
With that.
Is there anything that you guys watched this week that wasn't part of the podcast?
What did I watch?
Just do kind of like a last minute. Because I got a couple. I'll let you guys think.
I rewatched Princess Bride. I like that movie.
That's a winner.
Nice.
I rewatched Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, that's a good
sweet.
one.
Love that one.
Yeah, and then I watched The Interview with the Vampire.
I've been meaning to watch that one.
Oh, I watched.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Is it worth checking out?
I watched.
Would you put it in your top tier vampire movies?
Nah.
No.
Well, I mean, my top tier is literally just The Lost Boys.
That's it.
Are there ones I'm missing?
Fright Night, the original.
Never saw the original. Saw the remake. Wasn't thrilled.
Well, don't watch the remake. Watch the original.
Yeah, I know. I just watched it because I like Colin Farrell.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like I watched some other stuff.
I watched some movie. I think it was called Kill Me Again with Val Kilmer. It was like made in like '89.
All right, so this was before The Fall.
What?
Before Val Kilmer went to shit.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the movie The Fall.
I don't even know the movie The Fall. I thought you were like you had some Val Kilmer shit on me that
No, Val Kilmer just
I didn't know about.
his life kind of fell apart after.
Okay,
Batman.
yeah, no, I got you. No, this one was it's just a okay movie. Like I watched it. And that's about the extent of it. It wasn't bad by any means, but it was basically about like Val Kilmer's this detective that owes the mob a lot of money, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this girl, Michael Madsen's in it, and he plays
Michael
like
Madsen.
dude from Reservoir Dogs that cuts the fucking ear and shit.
I like him.
Yeah,
He plays a really good actor to play Hitman.
He plays the same kind of like Michael Madsen, tough, badass, fucking crazy character. And he's basically this like crazy boyfriend. In the beginning of the movie, some shit goes down. He shoots a dude, steals a briefcase of cash, and he's with whoever Val Kilmer was married to in real life at the time. She's in it. And like I don't know her fucking name. But like anyway, the whole movie's like her trying to like fake her death and getting Val Kilmer to help. To escape this guy because he's just a dangerous maniac that'll stop at like nothing to like get the money and like get what he wants. He's a Michael Madsen-y character, like just big badass kind of thing.
What happened to him?
He still does shit.
Does he?
I think so.
I
mean,
I haven't seen much within him.
I'm trying to think of the last thing
that he's been in. I like him.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
What I've seen him in.
But anyway, that's what the movie is, though. Is it gets more and more crazy. It had some vibes in a sense. It's not as well done and a little more cheesy than like that movie Gone Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know the tone it sets and like just,
yeah, I follow.
Yeah, it kind of has a vibe like that, but nowhere near as good in my opinion.
There's
and there's an ending point too. Like if you guys ever watch Kill Me Again somehow, we can talk about it.
All right.
There's an ending that happens where you're like, that's pretty fucking abrupt. Like, okay, I guess that's where we're ending. Like,
fuck yeah, I like that.
In a way,
it's
you
like,
think
like
you'll like it.
To the audience.
Kind of like how Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter ends right before he gets shot in the head.
Sort of. It's like
at the end of It Comes
kind
at
of.
Night.
I don't want to spoil it.
You've seen that, right?
What?
It Comes at
Oh
Night.
yeah, that was
like
cool.
the ending of that.
It's not quite like that.
No,
I don't know. I
not
don't know how to
as-
explain it.
Not as abrupt.
Maybe one day I'll tell you guys, and you'll be like, "Oh, that's it."
All right.
Like I said, this isn't a bad movie by any means, but it's also like nothing like super amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I watched it.
Let's wrap this one up. Thanks, guys, for listening. Beloved and loyal fans. Hope you like it. I hope you like the changes that are coming up. I hope you like Pierce as a guest because he's in it for good now. So like, if you don't, sucks.
Actually,
for you.
if you don't, tell us.
Yeah, they'll kick
We'll just
me
vote
off.
him out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I can just be. I mean, just tell us if you don't like me.
Yeah, just tell us.
You know
Our
what?
people-
if we go from having literally 0 comments on like almost every single video to just a bunch of people saying we fucking hate Pierce,
I know, dude.
that's the interaction we're looking for.
Well, you know what? If it helps popularize,
I'm gonna
You'll be our martyr.
I'll be the martyr. Yeah.
My whole thing is most people like
we'll
I
make
don't,
shirts.
I don't think we've gotten like hardly any comments, if any comments on any of our posts or anything. So it's one of those like if somebody comments like get rid of Pierce, I'm just
They're
like
passionate.
What the fuck did Pierce do?
Yeah, like Pierce has been pretty reasonable throughout the podcast.
There's been no comments, but as soon as you bring me, just what the fuck?
Just somebody's really mad we didn't ask them to be on.
We're gonna log on to
Jared.
Facebook and it's
Jared
gonna
gets pissed.
Jared's gonna be like, "Wow, TJ, I'm your own brother, and you didn't even think to ask me once
Yeah.
to be on your podcast."
So on the comment thread is Connie Nikas says, "Fuck you, Pierce."
Call me a piece of shit.
New York rocks.
All right, cool.
But no, seriously, thank you all for listening.
Like, subscribe, share, follow.
Give us a movie to watch.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
yeah,
I'll take
definitely. I
recommendations.
I always love a good movie recommendation.
We will literally watch almost anything once.
Pretty much. And with us going down to 3 movies a week, it gives us time to actually take in recommendations.
3 movies every 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're right. 3 every 2 weeks makes it really easy for us to take recommendations.
Hey, we'll even take punishment recommendations too if it ever happens.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
We just want people to talk to us.
Pretty much. We get lonely.
I don't have many movie friends, so
I don't have many friends.
You know what?
That's where we're gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it with, I don't have many friends, and then you laugh, and it just cuts.
I don't have
real hard right there.
I don't have any friends. You laugh, and then I go, "Hey, we don't have any friends."
And that's when the outro music starts playing.
You want to do Seinfeld?
Do some real.
Just freeze frame down. Credits.